Sometimes life feels like you're pushing forward with everything you've got, yet nothing moves the way you hoped. Have you ever had moments where effort and outcome don't match at all? Where your goals feel so close you can almost touch them, but they refuse to unfold on your timeline? High in a quiet mountain village lived a young potato grower named Henry. He was hardworking, determined, and endlessly hopeful. But patience was the one thing he never seemed to carry with him. If he sowed a field, he expected sprouts the next sunrise. If he tried learning a skill, he wanted mastery by evening. And when things didn't arrive at the speed he imagined, frustration rose like storm clouds. One spring, a food company from the valley announced a search for a partner who could produce exceptional potatoes, steady, healthy, reliable. The reward promised long-term security and a generous contract. Henry's heart surged. "This is my moment," he murmured. "I'll deliver the best harvest anyone's seen in just a few months." He bought strong seeds, cleared rocky soil, and watered his terraces daily. At first, tiny leaves pushed through the earth. Henry was thrilled. But then came pounding mountain rain for several days. The soft ground turned messy, and the young plants leaned under the weight. Henry panicked. "This can't happen now," he muttered. He imagined the opportunity slipping away, and in his fear, Henry made a terrible choice. He began pulling up plant after plant to inspect the tubers, checking if they were damaged, checking if they were growing fast enough, checking if his future was still safe. When the storm finally cleared, his terraces looked wounded, roots torn, stems broken, soil disturbed. Henry stood alone in the morning light. Realizing he had done more harm than the weather ever could, he sank to the ground, feeling the weight of his actions. For days he avoided the fields, wondering how everything collapsed so quickly. But one sunrise, sitting on a hill above his land, he asked himself a question he had always ignored. What if rushing is the very thing holding me back? With no one guiding him, Henry chose to begin again. He planted new seed. This time, he worked with calm intention instead of frantic speed. When the wind howled or rain returned, he didn't tear up the field. He simply waited. He reminded himself quietly, growth has its own rhythm. Weeks passed, then months, and finally the terraces filled with broad leaves and sturdy stalks. When harvest season arrived, the potatoes were firm, abundant, and beautifully shaped. The company's representatives visited the village and were stunned. Henry's crop stood out for its consistency and strength. They offered him the partnership he had dreamed of. Henry didn't boast. He only nodded and said, "I learned that not everything improves just because I worry harder." Calm effort outlives frantic urgency. Years later, young farmers often asked how he achieved such dependability. Henry would smile gently and reply, "If you dig up your hopes every day, they'll never grow roots, but if you give them room, they'll rise when their season arrives." So when your own journey feels slow, remember this: mountain trees don't rush to reach the sky, yet they stand tallest. Rivers carve valleys, not by force, but by steady, patient movement. And when life challenges your timing, pause, breathe. Trust the work you've already done. Patience isn't waiting. It's choosing not to break what's still becoming. If this story brought clarity or comfort, tap like and support the channel The Push Tales.